Hello, hello. I am Coach Corey Sartori. I empower high achieving female entrepreneurs to shift their mindset so they can manifest the life and business of their dreams and make more money. I am so excited for this masterclass, how to achieve your business goals without fear stopping you. So this is a masterclass, an idea that I've had for probably 6 months. I have been working with female entrepreneurs for a year now. And one of the things that constantly comes up for them is the fear. Fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of rejection. And that fear stops them or it slows them down. And so today I'm really excited to share with you some tangible actions that you can take to move past the fears that are stopping you or slowing you down in your business. But before we dive in, I want to tell you a little bit about me. So I am Coach Corey Sartori. I have been a life coach since 2016. I have helped hundreds of men and women transform their lives and businesses through vision and goal work, through letting go of limiting beliefs, building their confidence, creating happy, healthy routines, and so much more. So I absolutely love what I do. I'm so grateful that I get to be a coach. This is my full-time job, and I feel truly blessed to be able to share valuable information with people so they can create a life and business that they love. I chose to become a life coach because I spent years working on myself, and the choice to dive into self-development completely changed my life for the better. So I started working on myself in 2013. And before that, I was not a happy person. I was not a healthy person, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I didn't take care of myself. I drank every day. I was in a codependent, toxic relationship, just not with romantic partners, but even friends. And I was going nowhere fast. I had, it was my early 30s. I was like, okay, this is supposed to be this next chapter of my life that's better. And it just wasn't. And it wasn't because I wasn't doing anything different than I had done in my 20s. And so I'm incredibly grateful that in 2013, I found self-development. I started doing vision and goal work. I started to go to seminars and workshops, and choosing to do this work completely transformed my life. It helped me to love myself. It helped me to create healthy, happy relationships. It helped me to heal and let go and forgive. And it helped me to become the person that I am today. So in 2016, I knew that my calling, my purpose, my passion was to help other people create a life that they love, because I had gone from being a miserable human being to feeling joy every single day, to knowing my purpose, to just living a life I loved. And so I absolutely had to share this information with other people. And so in 2016, I started my coaching business, and I'm so grateful that I did, because now I get to work with so many amazing women and I get to support them in creating a life and business that they love. So I'm truly, truly blessed. So let's dive into why I wanted to host this masterclass. I have been working with female entrepreneurs for a year now. It's something that I transitioned into because I saw a need for it. I saw these women that were business owners that needed some direction. They needed to know where they were heading. They had goals they wanted to achieve, but they didn't know how to get there. I started working with female entrepreneurs because I saw so many of them struggling with marketing. I saw them struggling with confidence, and I knew that I could make an impact in this world. As a female entrepreneur, I knew how hard it was to learn everything you need to know, right? Like when I started my business, I was like, oh, I got this. It'll be so easy. And it just wasn't. And so from 2016, even until now, I continue to learn. I continue to grow. I continue to learn how to be a business owner. Mindset is really huge when you are a business owner, a female entrepreneur. Manifestation is something I love, and then I support clients with marketing. But what I found in this last year of working with women is fear is something that would come up on every single call. Fear of not being good enough, fear of failure, fear of rejection. So many fears would come up for these women, and they were like, I don't know what to do. It would make them feel stuck. It would stop them from moving forward. And so I decided that I wanted to share this because I've been there. So in 2016, I started my business. I started my life coaching business and I was all in, right? I quit my full-time job where I was making over $100,000 a year, which at the time, my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, was like, you are crazy. Like, what are you doing? But I was just like, I'm doing this. I know that my purpose is to help women, help other people create a life that they love. And so I quit my full-time job, dove in, started my business, and then 9 months in, that fear of failure came in. That fear of, how am I going to pay my mortgage? The fear of, am I going to have enough clients? Am I meant to do this? So many fears came up for me. And so I went running back to a full-time job. Like, yes, I stayed and continued to run my business part-time, but that made me small. I knew that I could go work for somebody else and get paid a fat paycheck every couple weeks and I didn't have to worry, but that made me not really believe in myself enough. And I struggled for the next few years wondering, like, can I really do it? And so I really focused on cultivating some of the things that I'm going to share with you today, like self-belief and confidence. And because I chose to continue to work on myself, even as a life coach, I was able to release those fears. I was able to step in my power. And now I'm a very successful business owner. I love that I get to coach women from all over the world. I make over 5 figures a month. Like, I'm crushing it. And I'm so grateful because I chose to let go of my fears and keep moving forward. And I'll tell you, fears still come up. Fears will come up, but now they don't stop me. I see them, I acknowledge them, and then I move past them because I know that this is what I am meant to do. And so I wanted to offer this masterclass because I know that so many of you out there are slowing yourself down, or you're stopping yourself from being your most powerful self, from being the female entrepreneur that you are really meant to be, because fear is a jerk and it's telling you that you can't. And so today I'm going to share with you some tangible actions that you can start doing today, right now, to help you start releasing the fear that is holding you back. But first, let's talk about why fear. So I wanted to talk about fear because fear is the number one reason female entrepreneurs fail. It is the number one reason why we do not achieve our goals, why we do not create the life and business that we want. We let fear win. It is crazy. 80%, and this is from a while ago where I got this statistic, but it was 80% of female entrepreneurs will fail within the first 5 years because fear will win. And I see that and I'm like, oh my gosh, because that could have been me. I let fear slow me down, but I was committed to running my business. I was committed to coaching. I know that it's my purpose. I know it's what I'm meant to do. And it took a while, but here I am. Fear will show up, but it does not shut me down. So where does fear come from? So fear begins when we are so young and so little that we don't even know. And then it comes and it stays with us for our adulthood. So usually your fear will start when you're a kid due to destructive criticism. So if you were a kid where there was a parent or a family member or a teacher or somebody in your community or a peer that says, you're not good enough, you can't do that, you'll never be this or that, that is where your limiting beliefs started, and that is what creates fear. So I have a client that I've been working with for a while, and she was sharing with me maybe a week or two ago that when she was a child, she would go on these awesome field trips and they would inspire her and excite her, and she'd run home and she'd be like, oh my gosh, Mom, I want to be an oceanographer. Like, we just learned all of this today. And her mom would be like, no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to make enough money. You're not going to be smart enough for that. Don't do that. No, that's not meant for you. And that is destructive criticism. Even if it's not coming from a negative place, that is destructive criticism. And so if you were a kid and you were like, Mom, I want to do this, and she's like, no, that's not meant for you. You can't do that. That is where this limiting belief started. That is where the fear began. So our fear comes from the limiting beliefs that start when we are kids. So when we're from like the age of 5 to 10, that is when a lot of our limiting beliefs begin. And then we take them into our adulthood. And then we have to spend our whole freaking adulthood trying to heal from this, trying to let go of this. And it doesn't serve us. It stops us a lot from going after the things that we actually want in life. It makes us small. We make ourselves small because we believe these limiting beliefs, because they were told to us when we were so little and we're so vulnerable at that time. And so know that you are not alone. Many of us were told destructive things as kids, and that is where our fear started. And that is why as an adult, you feel that fear of failure, that you feel that fear of not being good enough, and it stops you or it slows you down. So a lot of the work I do with clients is letting go of the limiting beliefs, because once you can release them, you can grow and you can move forward and you can really step into your power. So that is why fear is the number one reason why we fail as female entrepreneurs within the first 5 years of our business. A lot of us don't even make it past the first year. It can stop you that quickly. And so today I want to share with you some actions that you can take on to help you to move past the fear so you can create the business that you love. Okay, so we're going to dive in. So the first thing that I want to share with you that you need to cultivate if you want to move past these fears is self-belief. This is so important. And self-belief isn't self-esteem. Self-belief is the full belief within yourself. And so self-belief has to do with how much a person believes in themselves. It encompasses the belief in your values, skills, knowledge, and abilities. Self-belief is very important because it affects a person's lifestyle and choices. So if you do not believe in yourself, you will make choices that will hold you back and that will stop you. And so when I started my business, I was all in and I believed in myself. But quickly, because I wasn't working on it daily, it started to diminish when I wasn't getting clients, when I wasn't making the money. I started to have that self-doubt. And so what I want you to start doing is cultivating self-belief. So a person without self-belief will constantly downplay their abilities. You'll say, oh no, right? Somebody gives you a compliment and instead of being like, thank you, you're like, no, oh my gosh, like no big deal. And if you believe in yourself, somebody gives you a compliment and you say, thank you. Thank you. I know that I actually did an amazing job. So most times an individual will take whatever blow life deals them because they do not believe that they deserve better. So self-belief is so freaking important as a female entrepreneur. You have to fully believe in yourself and your abilities. Because if you do not believe in yourself, your clients, your customers will not believe in you either. People can see through it. They will see it if you have that self-doubt, if you are not showing up genuinely or authentically, people will see through you. And so you have to believe in yourself before you can get anyone else to believe in you, okay? So here's a couple things that you can do to start cultivating self-belief. So something that I do every single morning is positive affirmation. So I have a morning routine that is solid. I get up in the morning, I do like 10 to 25 minutes of meditation, depends on what I have going on that day. And then I speak my positive affirmations out loud. I look in a mirror and I say these things to myself. I also speak out loud my vision for my life and then the goals I have for the month. And I speak them all as if they are in the present moment. So I cultivate self-belief every day by speaking positive affirmations. Another part of this is you have to build awareness around your negative self-talk. So you can say, I'm going to create this beautiful business. I'm going to be making $10,000 every month. But if in the back of your mind, your negative self-talk is saying, you're never going to have it. It's not meant for you. You can't do it. You're never going to do it. And so you have to build awareness around your negative self-talk. And this is something that I learned back in 2015. So I'd been doing self-development for a couple years. And in 2015, I had written out a beautiful vision for my life. I wanted to get married. I wanted to have kids. But in the back of my mind, I would always tell myself, you're never going to have it. And it was because of destructive criticism from other people telling me that I was going to end up alone, where I ended up believing it. I was believing what other people would tell me. So I had written out this beautiful vision for my life where I was married and I was happy and we had a family. But in the back of my mind, I was constantly saying, you're never going to have it. And until I built awareness around that, I kept dating a bunch of losers because I didn't fully believe I was worth more. I didn't have that self-belief. Once I built awareness around that negative self-talk, within 6 months, my husband came into my life. 6 months. Because the minute that negative self-talk would come up, I would stop it. I would say, stop. And I would start speaking out loud a positive affirmation. And so that is something else. Yes, you need to be speaking positive affirmations to yourself every single day to cultivate your self-belief. But you also need to build awareness around the negative self-talk and stop it and then replace it with another positive affirmation. That is something that is a must if you want to cultivate your self-belief. The other thing that I wanted to share with you within cultivating self-belief is do one thing a day that scares you. So this is something I tell my clients to do when they are struggling with confidence, right? If they're struggling to be confident, whether that be in their personal life, in their relationship, or in their business, I tell them to do one thing a day that scares them. And when you're doing that, you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, right? Being a female entrepreneur means you are getting out of your comfort zone every single day. And so for us as female entrepreneurs, that one thing a day that scares us can be making a sales call, sending that DM, friend requesting, like it can be anything like that. But when you start to do one thing a day that scares you, you start to let go of the fear, you start to build your confidence, you start to build your self-belief, and you begin to create abundance within your life. Okay? So those are the things within cultivating self-belief. So self-belief is the first thing that you need to do. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. So the second thing that I wanted to share with you today on how to let go of the fears so you can create the business that you want is create a vision and goal. So you need to know where you are headed. You need to have a direction. If you do not know where you want to go within your business, you are just going to keep spinning your wheels. You're going to achieve goals, but those goals aren't going to get you anywhere. And so this one is so important. So I challenge you as a business owner, as a female entrepreneur, I want you to take time today. I want you to sit down and I want you to write out your 5-year vision for your business, right? Like if you have a vision, you know where you're headed and you can create the action plan to get there. You're not going to get in your car with no destination and drive around in circles and then end up in the same place, right? You know where you're headed. You know how to get there. You have a map to get there. It's the same thing with vision and goal work. You have to know where you are headed. You need to know that destination. So it can be 5 years from today, 10 years from today. It can be a year from today. I don't care. But get clear on where you are headed. Write out your vision as if it is in the present moment with your business. What do you want to achieve? Who do you want to become? And you need to be specific. If you are vague, you will get nowhere. I do a lot of vision and goal work with my clients. And if you are writing out a vision and it's vague, like the universe doesn't understand that. You need to be specific. You need to be specific as in how many clients you have, how much money you're making. Be specific. I just had this conversation with a client earlier today where we were talking about her affirmations, and a lot of them were vague and she wasn't getting to where she wanted to go. And I'm like, you have to get more clear. You have to be more specific. If you want to manifest the life and business that you want, you need to get crystal clear on what it is you want and know that it's okay to change it, right? Like I have changed my vision for my business, for my life, because as I work on myself and as I grow, it changes, and that's fine. But at least when you have that destination, you can create solid goals to help you get there. And so that's the second thing that I want you to do. I want you to sit down today, write out a vision, maybe it's 5 years from today, of exactly where you're at, what you have achieved, who you are as a business owner, and get crystal clear, super specific. It can be written out as like all of the things you have, or it can be written out as a day in the life, but definitely take time to create the vision, because if you have the vision, then from the vision, you can pull goals, right? So when I create my vision, here's my 5, 10, whatever vision. From there, I know what goals I need to achieve, right? Okay, so if I want to be making $500,000 in 5 years. What are the steps that I need to take? I need to start signing how many clients a month. I need to start posting how many times a week. I need to start messaging how many women a day, right? Then that big goal of 500,000 gets smaller and smaller and smaller into easy actionable steps. So then I'm not overwhelmed and like, oh, I'm able to actually get into action because I've been able to break down those steps into smaller bite-sized pieces. So that's the second thing. Get crystal clear on where you're going, write out your vision, and then write out the goals to help you get there. Okay. All right. So that was the second thing. The third thing to help you achieve your business goals without fear stopping you is find an accountability buddy. So this is so valuable because as a female entrepreneur, it is lonely. I know for me, I'm a solopreneur. I run my business by myself, and there are times where I get frustrated and overwhelmed and defeated, and having an accountability buddy that can cheer me on and support me and tell me you've got this and talk me through those hard times is so freaking valuable. So find an accountability buddy. So for me, my husband is my accountability buddy because he is amazing and so supportive of everything I do and, listens. I mean, he always wants to give advice, and I have to be like, babe, just let me vent and complain for a minute. I'm not looking for advice. I'm just looking to complain. But he will always cheer me on. He will always tell me I can do this, and he'll hold me accountable to the goals that I set for myself. Another thing that I love is I have a coach. I am a coach, and I know the importance of having somebody that has already done what I want to do, help me out and support me and cheer me on. And so, yes, coaches are expensive, but they are so valuable, and they will help you get from where you are to where you want to be. But you don't have to have a coach. You can just find somebody maybe within your community. Say you're in network marketing, and there is a woman who has achieved the things that you want to achieve, and she is more than willing to share with you ideas and actions that have helped her get from where she was to where she is now. Maybe you have a best friend that really supports you and loves you and will cheer you on. Ask them to be your accountability buddy. Ask them to check in with you. Ask them if you can call them when you are ready to break your laptop or burn the house down. Find people that are going to cheer you on. And this is not a naysayer, because there are people out there, I know you know this as a female entrepreneur, there are people who are like, why are you doing that? You're never going to achieve that. You're going to fail. Like, there are some gross people out there, and some of them are our friends and some of them are family. Cut those people out, BT dubs, or maybe just limit your interaction with them, because those people will slow you down and they will hold you back. You want your accountability buddy to be somebody that believes in you and that knows that you can accomplish big things. So find somebody who is that person for you that will cheer you on, that will support you, that will hold your hand when things are difficult, that will let you scream or cry when things don't work out, when you don't achieve your goals. So find an accountability buddy. They are so valuable. And I will tell you, I know that having a coach support me is the best decision I've ever made. It was a huge investment, but I am the coach I am today and the business owner I am today because I chose to hire somebody that has already done what I want to do. Okay, so this is the last thing that I want to share with you, and this is super, super valuable. Acknowledge yourself weekly. So this is another thing that I offer my clients when they are building their confidence. And the reason I want you to acknowledge yourself weekly is because I know for me as a female entrepreneur, I accomplish something and then I'm on to the next thing. I don't even take time to be like, woo, yes, amazing, I did it, right? I don't even celebrate myself. I just move on to the next thing. And I want you need to be acknowledging yourself. You need to be celebrating yourself. So I want you to every week sit down and write out a list every Friday. Friday is good for me because it's the end of my work week. And so Friday after my work week, I sit down and I write down all of my accomplishments for the week. And they don't have to be huge accomplishments, but maybe that week I sent DMs every single day. Maybe I signed a new client. Maybe I got a great response on one of my emails. Taking time to acknowledge your wins, taking time to acknowledge the things that you did, because you do big things every single week. You just don't acknowledge yourself. You just quickly move on to the next thing. And so take time every single week to acknowledge yourself, to celebrate yourself. Maybe you go get a pedicure. Maybe you take yourself out to dinner. Maybe you have a cocktail. I don't care, but you need to acknowledge yourself and you need to celebrate yourself every single week. If you do this, you will build your confidence and you will let go of the fear that is holding you back. So again, let me repeat those things that we just talked about. And if you did not write them down, do it now. And I challenge you, get into action today. Do not wait. Do not be like, oh, I'll do it next week, or I'm going to do it after the holidays. Like, start now. Stop waiting for someday or tomorrow. Those days do not exist. You only have now. So do it now, do it now, do it now. So here are the things again. Cultivate your self-belief. You need to start working on this immediately. If you do not believe in yourself, nobody else will. So start cultivating your self-belief through positive affirmations, through doing one thing a day that scares you, building awareness around your negative self-talk. You need to start building the belief within yourself because you are powerful and you are amazing and you've got this. The second thing was create a vision for your business. So 5 years from today, where do you want to be? And get as specific as you can, and then create goals that will help you get to that vision. And then get into action, because you can break those goals down into daily and weekly tasks and you will see momentum. It may not like explode all of a sudden, but in a month from now, you'll have more growth. In 2 months from now, you'll have more growth. In 6 months from now, you'll have way more growth. The third thing is find an accountability buddy. You need somebody that is going to cheer you on, that is going to support you, that is going to hold you when things get hard, that is going to let you scream and cry, and then is going to celebrate you when you get that new client or make that sale. And then the last thing is acknowledge yourself every week. Take time to sit down and celebrate everything that you've accomplished, because you do accomplish amazing things every single week. And so you need to remember to acknowledge yourself and celebrate yourself. So I hope you took value from this masterclass. I know that if you do these things, you will begin to release the fear that has been holding you back or stopping you or slowing you down, and you will begin to fully step into your power and to create the life and business that you want. I am so excited to share with you that I have 4 spots open for December. This is the last month of the year. I have 4 spots open for my one-on-one coaching program. And if you are sick of spinning your wheels, if you are ready to get into action, if you are ready to cultivate a powerful mindset, if you are ready to manifest the life and business of your dreams, if you are ready to understand marketing and have it help you and get more clients and customers so you can make more money, I am so excited to help you. I have 4 spots open for my one-on-one coaching program in December. So send me a DM right now with the word program to find out how my coaching program can help you get from where you are to where you want to be. You can also get into action. I just gave you some amazing actions. But if you want more, if you want to grow quickly, if you want to grow your business quickly, grow as a person quickly, if you just want to live a happier, healthier life, send me a DM right now with the word program. I have so much valuable information to share with you. I will absolutely help you transform your life and business. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. And I look forward to connecting soon.